Well, hey there, reader friends. I'm Erica, and one of the joys of living downtown is that all the music festivals are downtown. And that means you have to film in between sets really, really fast. So there might be quite a bit of background music, or sounds, or cars, or people screaming. That's life. Today I'm going to be giving you my Retellathon TBR, and I am so excited for this readathon because if you know anything about me, you know, well, that I love romance and I love fantasy, but I also really love retellings, particularly like classic retellings, fairy tale retellings. Really, I love all retellings, all forms. I just love seeing how authors reinterpret works that are so well known and put either modern spins on them, feminist spins on them. I love seeing how people take a story and make it their own. Readathon is starting tomorrow, July 8th, and it's going to go until July 15th, and it's being hosted by a whole bunch of amazing people that I kind of count as my friends, even if they don't think they're my friends. I think they're my friends. Anyways, it's being hosted by Liv, Kara, Spence, Michaela, and Leah, and I will leave links to all of their channels down below. They're awesome. You should subscribe if you haven't already, or at the very least go watch their videos. They're just awesome. Retellathon has 5 challenges, which I'm also happy about because I read so slowly, and sometimes with these readathons there are like 8,000 challenges and you're like, nope, I can't do them all. But this time I'm going to try and do them all. Challenge number 1 is Love at First Sight, a retelling of your favorite fairy tale, which I feel like is kind of an unfair thing. It's like picking your favorite child. I love them all. Why do I have to choose a favorite? Number 2 is True Love's Twist, a queer or gender-flipped retelling. Number 3 is Faraway Kingdom, a retelling of a fairy tale from your heritage. Challenge number 4 is Under a Spell. Read the group book, The Surface Breaks by Louise O'Niell. And challenge number 5 is Happily Ever After, a retelling with a dark twist. And by dark twist, the hosts mean either something from a villain's point of view or with an unhappy ending, something like that, something like that. So for Retellathon, I've selected 3 books, and I'm pretty excited to read all of them. The first book I am going to be, well, not the first, I might read them in any order, but one of the books that I have selected is one that's been on my TBR. One of the books that I've selected is one that has been on my TBR for quite a long time, and that is And I Darken by Kiersten White. I've been wanting to get to this series forever. I love Kiersten White's Insta stories. I also love the cover of this book, like that's why I picked it up. This is an ARC copy I found. I don't remember even where I got this ARC, but I found it somewhere, and it was after the book had already come out. I just love the purple, I love the sword, I love the shiny. It fits my aesthetic today, which I didn't actually even plan. I don't know much about anything about this. I know that it is a retelling of the Vlad the Impaler person, ruler guy. I also don't know anything about Vlad the Impaler, really. And in this instance, Vlad the Impaler is a female character. So that means this book is going to fulfill challenge number 2, which was to read a queer or gender-bent retelling, since this is gender-bent, and it's going to fit challenge number 5 because it's being told by someone who is kind of viewed as a villain's point of view. I mean, Vlad the Impaler, impalings in your name, you're probably not the hero of most people's stories. The next book I'm going to be reading for Retellathon is actually the group book, The Surface Breaks by Louise O'Niell. I'm going to purchase the ebook version of this book, and I'm pretty excited because I need to be a mermaid. I love The Little Mermaid. I have the Disney film memorized. So because of that, The Surface Breaks is going to fit 2 of the challenges as well. It is going to meet the challenge of reading a retelling of your favorite fairy tale because The Little Mermaid is probably right up there. One of my top faves, even though the Hans Christian Andersen version is very dark and not feminist at all and disturbing. I still like it because it's mermaids. I still like it. It's also going to, of course, fulfill the Read the Group Book challenge as well. And the final book I'm hoping to read for Retellathon is going to be a rereading that I am kind of nervous about because I gave it 3 stars when I read it. It was an author's debut book, and I am not a big fan of mysteries, but Michaela and Rocky keep talking about this Jamie Watson person, and I want to read now the later books, and I don't remember the first book, So I'm going to be reading A Steady in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallero. This book is going to fulfill the Faraway Kingdom challenge, which is to read a book from your heritage or a retelling that's set in your heritage, something like that. Somewhere in my family, I have UK stuff. My mom has a lot of Scotlandy heritage, and I know there's some Welsh in there. I actually don't know if there's very much British heritage, but I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if there was. Anyways, the author who wrote Sherlock Holmes is from an area that I know that I have heritage, from, so that's what I'm doing it for. That's the challenge I'm counting it for. 3 books, 8 days, also doing Tone Topple at the same time. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't collapse. I'm just going to be a reading monster this week. A reading monster. Are you participating in Retellathon? What are your favorite fairy tales or retellings or what have you? I'd love to know all of that down in the comments below, or if you have anything else to say. And feel free to subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys! Number 3 is Faraway.